Hello students, today we are going to start the next chapter of class 7 maths, that is percentage and its application. So let us first understand what is percentage. Going by the definition, percent means per 100 or out of 100, and you can also say that percentage is a fraction whose denominator is 100. So if we say that we have scored 80% marks in our exam, that means we have scored 80 out of 100. Suppose you get 12 out of 20 in your test. So what is the percent? Now suppose we have got 12 by 20 out of 100 and we want to find out what percentage we have got. So we multiply it with 100. So we will get 12 into 5, that is 60 percentage or 60%. The word percent and percentage are used synonymously. You can use either of the words, and whenever we are talking about percentage, that means it is by 100. Any number, if I am talking it is 20%, so it means 20 by 100. If I am telling that I have got 75 out of 100 in geography, what does that mean? What is my percentage? It is nothing but 75%. Can you understand? We use this symbol to show percentage. And percentage means by 100. Now let us try to convert ratios to percentage and vice versa, decimal to percentage and vice versa, and understand the concept of percentage, because it is a very important concept which we use in our day-to-day lives. Now starting with the first concept that I am going to teach you today is converting percentage into fraction. Now already percentage is given to me and I want to convert it into fraction. So you know that 20% means 20 by 100. So you need to reduce this fraction. As you have already done the fraction chapter, you know it. So I get the simplest form of this percentage as 1 by 5. It is so easy. When percentage is given, just to remove the percentage we write it by 100. So one more question to show it. 7.5% into fraction into simplest form. So first we convert this mixed fraction into improper. So we'll get 15 by 2%, and to remove the percentage symbol we have to divide it with 100. Right? We divide it. So when I write it, it is going to be something like this. You can divide it with 5 3s and 5 20s, so we are left with 3 by 40. This is the simplest fraction of 7.5%. Now let us do the reverse. We will now convert the fraction into percentage. So fraction is given to me 3 by 25 and I have to convert it into the percentage. Now as I had told you, whenever the percentage is given, we remove the percentage and put it by 100. But when we are asked to convert into percentage, we have to multiply it with 100. So I have got the fraction 3 by 25. I multiply it with 100. So I get 25 ones and 25 fours. So that gives me an answer that 3 by 25 is 12%. Let us take one more question. Now we have to convert this fraction into percent. What we are going to do? 11 by 15 into 100. So we can reduce 15 3s are, 15 5s are, 20. So we are left with 220 by 3. So obviously it is going to be a mixed fraction. 7s are 21. Let's write it as 73 1 by 3%. I hope you are able to understand what we are doing. Fraction into percentage by multiplying into 100. Next I am going to teach you how to convert ratio into percentage. Now you have also read in my previous videos, you have seen how to do the ratio questions. Please go and check out my ratio and proportion chapter videos. Now 1:4. Now you know that 1:4 means the total fraction that I am going to write here is 1 by 4 into 100. Whenever I am given a ratio, I'll write it in the fraction form and multiply it with 100. So I get 25%. So just write the ratio in the fraction form and multiply with 100. Again convert 2:3 as percentage. So what you will do, 2 by 3 into 100, that is, you will get 200 by 3. So I can again show you the division. So it's 66, 2 by 3 percentage or percent. Now next we will do the vice versa, that is percentages are given and we will convert into ratios. Now you can see this is percentage mixed form. So first let us convert it to improper. As percentage is given, and I told you when we have to remove the percentage we will divide by 100. So this will change as 7 by 4 into 1 by 100. And I cannot solve it further, so I'll write 7 by 400. And what is the ratio? 7:400. This is the ratio in the simplest form. Now one more example so that you can understand how it is done. Here it is 17.5% as a ratio in simplest form. So again, to remove the percentage I am writing it by 100. But there is a point. If you remember the decimal concept, students, you know that when it is point is there and there is one number after it, I can write it by 10 like this. And this 1 by 100 is already there. So now this number becomes 175 by 1000. Right? I can reduce this by 5. I'm going to get 35 by 200 and 7 by 40. So 7:40 is my ratio in the simplest form. So what are you doing, students? As a ratio, a percentage was given. I have removed the percentage by doing it by 100, and then what have I done? I have removed the point by dividing it by 10. Because there is one number after the point, I have written 10. If there were like 5-2 it was, so I would have written 1,752 by 100, and then I would have solved it accordingly and got the ratio. Now whenever we have to convert a decimal number into percentage, remember we will multiply it with 100. So 2.1 into 100. Now as I showed you in the previous part, I can write it 21 by 10 because there is one number after the point. 100 into 100, so it becomes 210 percentage. One more example to explain you. This is my question. I have to do it into percentage, so I will multiply by 100. This is a decimal number, so I will write it over 10 or multiples of 10. So here it will be, this point is suppose 1 and there is 3 numbers, so I will put 3 zeros. Remember, this point is taken as 1 and the number of numbers which are there, you count and write that many zeros into 100. So I reduce it and I get 29 by 10, that is nothing but 2.9 percentage or 2.9%. So I have converted the decimal into percentage. Now we will do the vice versa. We are given the percentage and we are asked to convert it to decimal. As I already told you, whenever fraction is there, first you convert it to improper. So we'll get 75 by 2 into 1 by 100. Because already percentage symbol is there, that means it is divided by 100. So when I divide, it will become reciprocal and change into 1 by 100. So I can reduce it in 5s, 25 stable, 25 3s are 25 4s are. So I'm left with 3 by 8, which I can convert into decimal by dividing. So you know it's only 3, so I have to put a 30. So 3s are 24 minus 6, 1 0, then 7s are 56, and then 4, that is 5s are. So you divide and you get the answer is 0.375. So already percentage is given and we are converting into decimal. Divide and get it. One more example to understand, 36 percentage as decimal. So what are we going to do? We will write 36 by 100. So it is very easy, this one, because already we are writing by 100. So it will be converted into 0.36, because when there was a point and we were converting it like this. So now we have 100, so when we divide it will be 0.36. Now let us understand a few questions. These are some application based questions that you can read out and understand how to use percentage in. A shop has 500 shirts, out of which 15 are defective. what percentage of shirts are defective? So how many shirts the shop is having? Let us write. Total number of shirts is 500. Number of defective shirts. Number of defective shirts is 15. So what percentage of shirts are defective? Now 15 are defective out of 500. So to get the percentage, number of defective shirt by total number of shirt, and as we are going to calculate percentage, we will multiply it by 100. Okay, so this 2 zeros cancels, 5 ones are 5 threes are. So what is the overall percentage? It is 3%. So how many shirts are defective? 15 shirts are defective. So what is the percentage of 15 on 500? It is 3%. So let us take one more question to understand. An alloy consists of 7 parts of zinc and 33 parts of copper. Find the percentage of copper in the alloy. So parts of zinc is 7. Parts of copper is 33. So what percentage of copper in the alloy? So total of zinc plus copper is how much? It is 33 plus 7. We need to know the whole. So therefore percentage of copper. So copper is how much? 33. What is the total of the alloy? It is 40 into 100, because we have to calculate the percentage. So 0 and 0 cancels, 2s are, 5s are. So this is going to be a fraction. So we'll quickly divide by 2. So I can write 82 1 by 2% or 82.5%. Please remember this working. We have to do the total here. If you don't do the total and just divide 7 by 33, you are not going to get the answer. Now this question looks long, but this is again a very simple question. You can do it orally as well. We have a basket full of apples, oranges and mangoes. If 50% are apples, 30% are oranges, then what percentage are mangoes? So if I write, you know that when we are talking about percentage, it is 100%. That's the figure. So percentage of apples equal to 50 and percentage of oranges equal to 30. So mangoes percentage will be 100 minus 50 plus 30, because already these answers are in percentage. So we can directly minus it with 100 and get the answer. So we have to add this two. So 80. So 100 minus 80 is 20%. This is a very simple question. You can do it orally also. Moving to the last question. Now if 2500 rupees is to be divided among Ravi, Raju and Roy, so that Ravi gets 2 parts, Raju gets 3 parts and Roy 5 parts, how much money will each get and what will be it in percentages? So let us write the details which are provided. Total amount we are having is 2500 rupees. Now Ravi, Raju and Roy, they are having 2, 3 and 5 parts. So let us write it as a ratio. Ravi, Raju and Roy's parts in ratio is how much, children? It is 2:3:5, because that's in the question. Now you know how to convert the ratio into percentage, right? So if I add the ratio is 2 plus 3 plus 5, that is sum of the ratio is 10. So if I have to calculate Ravi's part will be 2 by 10 into 100 percentage wise, that's 20%. Raju's part will be 3 out of 10 into 100, we are converting into percentage, 30. And Roy's percentage will be 5 by 10 into 100, that is 50%, right? After getting the percentage, how much money will each get? You can do in any way which is easy for you. So now 20% of 2500 is how much? Because the total amount is 2500. So now 2500 into 2500, that is, you get 500. 30% of 2500 is 30 by 100 into 2500, that is 750 rupees. And 50% of 2500, that is 1250, that is 1250. So now you can see that Ravi's 20% was 500 rupees, Raju's 30% is 750 rupees, and Roy's 50% is 1250 rupees. So here you have seen the actual implementation of how we are using percentage in solving many questions which can be very similar to this in a day-to-day life. Suppose you are going out to do shopping and you find that there is a discount of 40%, 50%, 20% on some items. So you can easily calculate those by seeing the MRP. You can calculate the discount, you can calculate many other things where percentage are being used. So I'm very sure, my dear students, that you have understood. It will be really helpful if you comment and encourage me to produce more these kinds of videos. Thank you for watching.